Yeah, we'll have to see how this all shapes up, but fighting at full force should be, that's the case here for OG, starting CT as well, and no kits available. Only the flashes on niko as a potential way in. That's only if they actually get the time to deploy them. A creeping play from NIP to wrap into the B bomb site.
Well, flashbang out from niko, caught out in the open as he was trying to rotate over. Head trick to find the frag, and Flames getting aggressive. Obviously, the hero of Mirage the last time these guys played, but right now only good for one. Dexter and Neofrag left to try and deal with ninjas in pajamas, and looks like it shouldn't really be materializing. Dexter will get the wraparound. He's got Kevlar and the dualies, so at the very least, he's got the little Superman going in for him. And as he distracts, Neofrag will have to be the one to take point and attack. Point is taken, but not any heads. Head trick is instead found by Dexter. Config able to trade out and then duck away. It's Rez to take the round and finish it off.
Not been able to manage too much, but finally Flames is able to activate on Berland. Creeping play into B, Fiku had control of it, and Rez takes a tag. This is a little scary now. Config also dead in middle, so this is recoverable weaponry, albeit with SMGs, but with the fact they've got such a significant numbers advantage, OG might be able to steal this one away.
None of the utilities really going to be able to force out Fiku from position either, so Rez will not be given a freebie at all. And the CTs, they're all clustered accurately. This B-bomb side is going to be nearly impossible to assault for ninjas, and yes, they've got two smokes, so at the very least they should have the ability to scale forward, but there's still so many deagles that you have to contend with. Player now spotted out as well, and that's Rez who's taking first point. Alexi's there to back him up, but ninjas are going to keep on falling. Rez is down, niko to find the deeg shot, and Fiku's still alive on the bomb site. Nearly impossible to deal with. You don't have a Molotov, you don't have anything, and niko's just going to keep on getting frags like he's Bosnian and not Danish.
Oh. Alexi getting demolished as well on his peak. Just very separate, very individual. You know, tried to use these SMGs to take space, and that's ultimately what comes back to bite them as soon as they lose.
Look better.
Missed Ellie volley, and Brolin's done some decent damage onto Neofrag at the very least, making a lot of presence over at A, but now that he's gone, NIP's game might just be given up.
niko's managed to come through with a flank, but can't find any of the frags. Head trick and Alexi B come out on top. niko had a real chance to finish off everything there, and Rez with the bomb still on his back, not caught at all. Fiku all alone, but Neofrag now comes in. Players are low, Rez and Head trick both within one-shot territory for the M4 as well. But Neofrag himself isn't doing too hot. Flames though, speaking of hot, he's gonna heat up, finds the first, makes it look pretty on the second as well. Rez is down, and the ninjas will be equalized on early in to the game.
Yeah, fantastic work there from Flames as well on the flank.
I'm in, I'm out, I'm in, out. You're out.
My players don't jiggle.
But will he fall? It's the question now. Circled around upon the Tech 9, takes him down, and Dexter's shot been missed. The wallbang won't do much to him. Still enough protection there, but Flames doesn't quite have the same to offer up to himself. Config gone by unnoticed, so comms unclear. Dexter down as he's been punished, and now a 3-on-2 with the bomb planted. niko delayed in the peak, otherwise could have caught the cross of Brolin. Now has to peek back over. No one to spawn out. All three players backing off to the alley, and will be looking to contend later into the round. The singular smoke's been used out back to ladder as well. Brolin naded, not too happy about it, but still plenty of solace, and the quick boost up. It's Fiku all alone. Alexi and Brolin both low, and Fiku good for one. Alexi not caught out, and he should be able to end this right here and now. The time working out in his favor, and Fiku knows it's all over.
Yeah, he thought he might have been able to just narrowly manage it, but Alexi B called his bluff. No way you're sticking the defuse when that smoke is down, and you know exactly where I am. That's cool, calm, and collected, but it's all about this chaos that Config throws into the round to open it right up. Dexter tried to hold that spot. He considered the fact he could be pushed through spawn.
And even there, it feels like there's still some more depth to that pool.
Yeah. And when he was 17, man.
With the OG Israelis. Neofrag though finds Alexi, takes him down, wants to now lead forward. Brolin's put up his position, and Neofrag caught with the Molotov in his face. Brolin just gets the headshot. And Liz with 11 HP, and that's the AK config finding niko. He's getting timings all over the place. Dexter, though, will be caught out by Headtrick instead. And again, it's a 2-on-1. OG are continually whittling down the numbers of the ninjas, but unfortunately, they're not quite able to accrue any numbers on the scoreboard.
niko's just getting outthunk on so many of these fights as well, and config each time capitalizing. Berlan, low HP. Oh, I don't know if Fiku spotted. Might have been so focused on his crosshair, or it could be a 4x3, but Brolan certainly did, and so Fiku none the wiser.
A kiss and distance, but who's going to puck her up right now?
Seems like the mouths are closed. Fortunately, all these smokes that are down, nobody's interested. Finally, Brolan finding a gap around towards Ivy, and Dexter now in a pressure position, knows that there's at least two here, but unsure about how far Brolan will proceed. A molly down does mean that he's still hovering around, and Dexter will hit the no-scope. Thought he was prepared for that fight more than he actually was. Ready to flank him out. Fiku clearing underneath, and Rez captures. So NIP with a man advantage. niko trying his best to trade, but again, just getting outperformed on so many of these fights. Rez just taking space. This should be a lost round. This should be a save call from OG.
I hate to be the one to take away from Nip's success, because honestly, they've had a few really good rounds. You know, Configs, obviously the one half by where he's able to find that quad. Headtrick, Brolan, everyone's had their moments, but OG looks like a mess on Vertigo right now. Just an absolute mess.
So back him up while he was committing to the reload, it would have been fine, but he just wanted to maintain that control by himself. Wanted more and couldn't get it. And that's going to be heartbreaking as well, because he did the most. Here he goes again. Oh my god.
Even the second one is a wall bang.
They're not going to peek him either. Thought between the bolts they'd try to punish, but they decide that's ill-advised.
Hey guys, we're in a 5-on-4. Let's not be in a 4-on-4. Even if it could have been a 5-on-3 as well. Yeah. That is the shoe that is on either feet. Dexter is still holding on to this.
Yeah, he hasn't backed away, has he?
Flashbang's going to be coming in to try and force him off. Dexter still zoning forward. The flash is there. The shot will be missed. No timing to help him out. And with 30 seconds, he's the only person on this bomb site, but Alexi fails the skill. It might be what actually makes the difference. Alexi out in the open. The Rez has got another one as well. niko caught out. They're back at the bomb site. They're all falling apart. Obviously, I don't want to take away from Nip themselves.
No, they've been... I honestly think they've just put a whole lot more prep into this. They're so ready for all of these punish peaks, and the only way they've been getting caught out is by Dexter being hyper aggressive. But they're accounting for that after it happened to them once. They want to have it happen again. Berlan, this time cannot sneak by towards Ivy, the most aggressive we've seen him in that position so far. But this adjustment, adding Neofrag and being the forward prong, might be the solution here. Alexi gets nothing for his efforts too. The cleanest start we've seen from OG all half.
Would be nice to see them get to 4 at the very least, make it competitive for the second half. Dexter wants to keep it going. Rez is down. Config will 1v5. A chance maybe to pick up some numbers, but not the round, and even numbers evade him.
I wouldn't be surprised if it's faster B over at Rez, cheating through that smoke. Fiku does capitalize and punish. Down to 12, but he will survive. Alexi cannot chase on the trade, didn't want to tank a nade. It is much more forward. They've continued to play these forward aggressive spots, not to be deterred by Ninja's success in dealing with it.
Oh, goodbye, Fiku. Best way to get yourself back to a 4v4 possible. No information at all given up for it either. Roland still hovering in yellow, but now they know where he is. Dexter, he heard that tag for sure. niko all alone back to B, has to contend, will not be able to do so. Alexi find him and take him down. Molotov here as well. Flames has got no chance of proceeding forward, so the bomb can be planted. Retake must be assembled with barely any utility to do so.
Still got that ult as well. They just have to account for the flank, and that is something that is already being watched for by the watchful gaze of Alexi. Smoke is well down, that can help buy more time, but Neofrag offers himself up for free, not prepared for the angle. Alexi being dealt with on the flank. It has to be Dexter to clutch. A 1-on-2 ahead of him, and that AWP still posted on the bomb site. Config can back him up once again. Another duo.
Need this pistol desperately.
Let's get her done. Oh, head trick res already activating on this pistol, and Berland's dualies also see action. They can smell blood in the water. Neofrag trying so desperately to get something back, but finds nothing for his efforts. B bomb site is completely... Oh, sorry, I just misread where Fiku was, actually. And that was really just hunting for a silver lining there. There is nothing that has gone right this whole map for OG.
Well... You know, Michael, I like the phrase blood in the water, but this is more like Nip didn't smell blood in the water. They went out and they spilled blood so they could have some in the water.
This is just far more one-sided than I was expecting out of this matchup.
Hey, if it makes you feel any better, Cloud9 probably feels that way right now as well.
Yeah, during the break we were looking over at what the D-Stream has to offer. Cloud9 Sync, a 12-3 half in favor of the Estonians on Ancient. Sorry for spoilers if anybody else is looking at that game, but there's so many games going on simultaneously. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Well, speaking of games, Flames is slaying some of his own. Neofrag follows up with a Mac-10 as well. Molotov to delay the blonde. That could be good for a bit. Alexi, though, forced off the angle. Can't find the frag. Dexter takes a chance to close the distance with the bombs being dropped. And Alexi getting up with the footwork, trying to move past in the chaos. Dexter has found a farmer, and it's rolling from the side to come in. Has to cross the 1-on-3. It's a spray transfers we commended him for before, but now coming out with the M4. Roland!
In time. They are really hunting for this entry on the B bomb site, but there's a second man here and a third that can be a close responder. They even break down the boost and make noise. Config would have been close enough to hear.
I think they might have filled it. Not sure. Well, that's giving up information and a half.
All about whether or not the OG side are able to reset or whether ninjas figure it out.
I mean, they've got 3 flashbangs, no incendiaries, the 5-on-5 push back over towards the A-bomb site that's being prepped and lined up. OG set up for success, but can they actually go ahead and seize the day? Headtrick and company trying to get a boost assembled up in time before OG can push through. This needs to come through faster, and Alexi's trying to make sure that the flashes and small bits of utility they have left can be enough. Configs down Fiku, but Flames on the entry. Dexter, another added to the tally, but the time's running down low. Like I said, no utility to deny the bomb plant, so this will just be a straightforward contest. Configs found another, only to be found out and brought down himself. Headtrick is going to have to contemplate the save. But will he be going for it? A 1-on-2 Niko. I think his stow was spotted out. Peeking forward, shot to the head, but he's still...
half. But now creeping through to B, Rez will hear some steps and the Molotov be deployed. He has to be falling off that angle, but throwing a Molotov down himself, he actually gets caught in transition. Flames, 1 kill, but it's countered back. NIP still maintaining some control on the site, but getting caught with Molotovs out. Config, another kill attained, but now has to commit to a reload, just switching out guns and using his comrades dead. Body as a means of warmth and finding another hand, another gun, and it's found himself into 4 kills. Config's doing it all on this B bomb side. He's the one stone that is left unturned. Who's flanking? Config knows. All 5 from Config on B.
Oh my god. The amount of chaos on that bomb site is insane. OG come through with a great utility set. Rez is caught out on the rotate, is jumping up as well, so none of that spray that he's going for wildly is doing that much damage either. Config just given clean, open space to work with from his perspective in terms of flashbangs, because most of the flashes were used early on to try and displace Rez. And look, that's a great idea. You should have follow-up utility. You should be able to go through and actually... Oh, Roland caught out as well. So at the very least, OG's not going to let that hold them back, but remember, leeway is limited. At best. Trick, creep forward. This could be an opportunity for him. Neofrag's gonna take a dry peek, and that's something you'll be coming out to regret. That's not what I want to see. Oh, we're back. Okay. We're fine. Got a bit confused there, but Alexi. Now the flash peek forward. Good for one. Make it to the MP9, and a flashbang that will be not quite making it his way over, but a 4-on-2 regardless found.
Peeker's the only way in, and Config's already accounting for it. Holding for a mid lurk, but bomb dropped on the ramp outside of the possession of the ninjas, but Dexter none the wiser. They could have attained that position. The fact that they got so aggressive on that MP9 popping off like this, it's almost certainly going to be a victory.
Cleaner team with hotter hands as well,
Yeah.
Roll on town near frag in the meanwhile. Another casual death for him. Config caught out trying to back off. Flames has found Red. Meanwhile, Config not able to provide assistance, but as he pushes through the smoke, he'll only find damage and nothing else. Damage that Alexi capitalizes upon before being traded. A 2-on-2, so situation is doable. Brolin's low. Now with the dissipating smoke, he should have the advantage on Dexter, but Dexter's getting ready to zone in. Tech9 pulled out, finds the first, and looks around the corner for a head trick, who just gets a quick scope. Spots the second, but he's gone out too wide. Niko. That point, Michael, but Flames is the only one with flashbangs. They've only got 2 across a lot of them. Has to be a faster play. That's exactly what they're going for. Brolin wants to contest. Good for one. In the meanwhile, Headtrix found the second as Neofrag went for a wider swing. A grenade will at the very least give him a bit more damage onto Flames, but maintain. Config can't catch out the second player as they duck out from underneath his gaze. Fiku catches him looking elsewhere, so the equalizer has been found.
Timing good for Flames, but that's the bomb. Rez was caught out, but able to adjust in time, and now can play his position. They had access to B. They wanted to reassert themselves that direction, but Rez is the thorn in their side. He just needs reinforcement, some kind of help. No one coming just yet. They're prepared for what is a reinforced B side take instead, and so Rez will eventually get flushed out. But now it's an open option between which side they go to here on the OG side, because they vacated A, and Alexi trying to be aggressive B side.
Could be another opportunity for Niko to try and make something happen here. Alexi spotting out the first, gets both, and there you have it. OG will not be able to do too much over in Vertigo. 10-16, they at least make it respectable on the scoreline.